Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yi.
And I'm Wendy Yi.
Welcome to Board Game Breakfast on the Autumn Spectacular of 2022. If you're not sure what we're talking about, the Autumn Spectacular is 3 days of
Spookiness.
There's some spookiness and gaming and all sorts of things going on. We'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later in this episode, telling you what you can expect to be coming from us this week. We do want to say we have many different sponsors, and there's many ways to win games, but we're going to start with Pandasaurus games here and the Fox Experiment. Now, we played the Fox Experiment
Live.
No, I know we played it live. It was like a weekend go from Friday, I think, was it? Feels like it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it was actually right before the retreat. And I liked it so much that I took it to the retreat because I want other people to play it.
And everybody played it.
It is really entertaining and fun. But you can win a copy of this game, and you have to answer a question, which I actually know the answer to, and shan't spoil. You need to first email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put domestication, and then answer the question, how many different trait dice are there in this game? I'm pretty sure the answer would be number of different dice.
How many
types.
different? Yeah.
Different types.
Pretty sure it's types, not different dice, because that was a much
Colors.
larger number.
I know the answer.
Like we're basically looking at colors, right?
Yeah. Okay. So yes, it's number of colors. Anyhow,
Is that right, Mike? Okay.
good luck to all. Okay, some other announcements. So let's start with we'll start future and work backwards. So in the future, Dice Tower East happens in July. Now I know that's a long ways away, but it's something to think about because November 1st, that's still a bit away too, the registration for Dice Tower East is going to go live. You'll be able to buy your badge on tabletop.events and book rooms to the crib. It's going to be the exact same as last year. We're going to have 1,600 people coming with the Dice Tower Library. It was fantastic this year. We'd love to have you come back. Realize this badge is sold out last year, so don't delay getting those. That's November 1st. We'll have more information about this as it comes along. Tickets are going to be $140 for adults and $115 for the youngins, 7 to 17. So, again, this is a family con. We hope the kids come. We have our own kids library for them. So we hope you have consider coming. I guess I should mention the dates. They're not here, but it's July 5th through that following Sunday. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. July 5 through 9.
Math.
All right.
Math things.
Probably, yeah. The dates for the conventions are usually in the YouTube video descriptions as well.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that's an easy place to look them up in case Tom is wrong, which has never happened in the history of the Dice Tower.
All right, so that's the farthest thing away. The next farthest thing away is 2 weeks from this week is Essenspiel. And so we're going to be there. We're going to be in Hall 2 with the Wrathscour's booth. So we hope that you come and join us there. Or come say hi. We're going to do a show there, a live show, a game show. And that's going to be Friday at 2 o'clock. And if you want a ticket for that show, you need to stop by our booth Friday morning so we can give you a ticket. Remind me to put those tickets in my suitcase.
Otherwise, we'll be handing people innocuous slips of paper.
Oh, my word, no. I did that one time. It will never happen again.
I owe you a ticket.
We once did a show at Dice Tower Con, and we were doing raffle tickets, and so someone cut up 2,000 little tickets.
Oh my gosh.
And then they handed them out, and about 120 people came to the show. And so I pull a raffle ticket out and be like, 374? Nobody?
Oh,
96?
my goodness.
Nobody? It was a wise idea. Anyhow, so that's the farthest thing away. Then this week, I am actually only being part of the Autumn Spectacular today. I fly out tonight for I flew out a day early because we thought a hurricane was about to hit us.
It might still interrupt your flight path if you left, later.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get out early, but I'll be at the World Series of Board Gaming. So if you're going there or in Vegas, come on out and say hi. I'm going to be playing games, reporting from there. I'll be doing a blog from that too, although you might not see that till next week. But that's what's happening up to now. But for now, we're talking about the Autumn Spectacular. So before we go any farther in this show, we'll jump to some contributors, and we'll be right back.
Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to be presenting my latest story mode for Project Elite base game. This is going to add 10 stories, 10 missions which are interlinked with an overarching story. Each of these missions can be played independently as well, but the better way is, of course, to play them together as a campaign. Each of these missions are going to add some variants, some special boss fights. So it changes the formula of standard Project Elite a little bit in each of these missions, as well as adding some real facts as well as some conspiracy theories about UFOs and those kind of things, about alien invasion. So it grounds Project Elite in kind of a slightly more realistic scenario while keeping the same backstory of the game that has been developed for it. So if you're interested in that, get the file from the Project Elite BGG file section. The file is called Project Elite Extinction. That's it for me. Happy gaming.
Hi, welcome back to the segment. Today we're going to talk a little bit of how to purge a game, how to get rid of it, and there's a lot of things that can kind of go into this, but one of the easiest things to purge is a game you don't like. And you're like, of course I would do that. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people say, if I bought it, I'm going to find a way to like it. If a game doesn't bring you joy or it doesn't have mechanics that you enjoy or something that you like about it, then by all means get rid of the game. Let it go. I would recommend that all of us together go to our collections. Find one game we just don't really like, and let's get rid of it. Let's put it up and cull it from our collection, and that can be our first start. Our first start of being able to purge from a collection is being able to get rid of that first game. I'm not telling you to get rid of 5, 10, 15, 20, or 100. Pick one game out. One game that you do not like, that does not fit your criteria of enjoyment, and let's purge it. Let's get rid of it. Next week, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to get rid of those games. What are the easy games to get rid of? And there are some in your collection that, like mine, are probably going to be easy to get rid of. So today's homework, we're going to get rid of one game, and then next week, we're going to learn how to get rid of even more.
20 years ago, Fist of Dragonstones came out. It's hard to believe. I was telling everybody here in the office, Fist of Dragonstones is one of those games that helped make the Dice Tower what it is today. Because this was a game I hunted down, and in the process of me hunting it down, formed a relationship with Days of Wonder, who then showed me Ticket to Ride, which was a nice initial review to get. Fist of Dragonstones is from Bruno Feduti. It's the game that made me realize that Days of Wonder made really good quality games. Although, it's almost laughable now because I look at it, no one would say, what an amazing game. But back then when card games were like, meh, this game had little gems, it had these weird point dice. Have you played it?
No,
No,
I don't know.
I
Fist of
haven't.
Dragonstones.
I don't know if you would like it or not because it's very divisive. Some people here have hated it. I like it. From Bruno Feduti, so that's how it works. You're trying to get Dragonstones in this game. They're red, yellow, and blue Dragonstones, and you will spend those Dragonstones to get points. First person to get 3 points wins. So like you can spend 1 of each color or 4 of the same color, whatever. The way you get those is you have a deck of cards and you'll shuffle that deck. That deck always has the same characters in it, but then we'll have a few other characters from a big giant pile of tons of different characters. Everyone has money that they're going to bet, but there's 3 currencies. There's fairy gold, gold, and silver. Every round you will bet secretly, so you'll flip over the top card, and there's like a yellow dragon gives you a yellow dragonstone. A red one gives you a red dragonstone, but there's all sorts of things. You know, steal a stone from someone else, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then you bet money on who will win that. And secretly, no matter how much you bet, you lose it all.
Oh, got it.
So some people
one of
hate that, the
those,
blind bidding, right?
Right.
The fairy gold always comes back to you. If you spend real gold, it's gone forever. Silver is there. You only bid silver in ties. But there is a decent amount of ties.
Got it. Do you do like
so
a
you don't-
second bid? Like, we each won 2 gold.
So now
let's do silver.
now we bid only with silver.
Oh, you don't put silver in there to be the tiebreaker?
No, it's a second bid after that.
Interesting. What if you
sound so
tie on
bad.
silver?
I don't remember actually.
Then you lose everything.
It's not,
You got fight dutied.
Yeah, so a lot of people just thought it was like, oh, it's just all. I didn't mind that. And there's all sorts of things that you could do. Like if you win this character, you get an extra fairy gold. If you win this character, you get some silver. This character gives you, you know, a random Dragonstone from the bag. And they just had a million different things. I liked it. It's very chaotic. You have to go in knowing that. And some people just don't like blind bidding. I don't mind in short games, and this one's not particularly long. It's probably slightly longer than it should be. I would probably dump the number of points you need down by 1. But this is a problem Bruno Feduti has.
Got it, yeah.
Citadels also should be shorter. This game was remade by Stronghold Games with worse art and worse components.
Oh,
always
okay.
a good combination.
I never rated this one. I'll give this one a 6. This is Fist of Dragonstones, the Tavern Edition. Because remember he made that game about a fight in a tavern? It was designed by... Okay, you guys don't remember that either. But all right. Anyway, he liked the art of this guy, which is unfortunate because it's pretty terrible. And he liked this universe. Also, who cares? But anyway, you can get either copy. I would honestly go out of my way to get the original Days of Wonder. There's probably a little bit of streamlining that was done in the new one, but it's not enough to make up for the worst components.
Days of Wonder does such a good job. Their games aren't overproduced, but they look so nice. Also, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thanks, DJ. And yeah, so I think this one is worth hunting down and finding if you like this style of game. But
And if it's not worth hunting down, go get Modern Art, which I played for the first time recently.
this is a really weird way to shove that into this segment. It has nothing to do with Modern Art. Fist of Dragonstones. Let's keep moving.
What is up? My name is Matthew McCack, and this is Smashing Buttons and Slamming Cards. This is a segment where I talk about a video game I love and I connect it to a board game I love. And this week I am continuing with my top 1 series, and I am going with the genre of Sims. I'm talking about games like The Sims, and there's a ton of those, and then things like Animal Crossing and things like that, where pretty much in these video games you are living out some sort of alternative life. But really, there's no actual like end point to the game. There's sandboxes usually, and you're just having fun doing your own thing in these games without any real world consequences. My number 1 board game for this genre is Pursuit of Happiness, which is also sort of a sandboxish type of board game. It is a worker placement game, and you are trying to be the happiest person at the end of the game. And again, like you're living out sort of an alternative life where you can have different relationships and jobs and whatever it might be. So that's my number one game for this genre. I'm just gonna switch gears a little bit here because I want to talk about something that was awesome that happened. So Room 51, the channel that I'm part of, is part of what's called the Tabletop Live Network, which was started by the Brothers Murph and Ruel Gaviola. This is really cool. So it's a bunch of different content creators who come together for a marathon stream on twitch.tv. Now, we were able to raise over $10,000 for Extra Life, which blew me away. Like, the viewers were amazing, donating, and the content that was coming out was fantastic. And I'm really proud to say that Room 51 was a part of that. So if you're looking for like a sense of community and a place where you could be part of something like bigger than yourself, I would say, check out all these Twitch content creators. Check out TLN. We are doing awesome things over there, and it's just a blast. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next time.
So, Tom, the people have been clamoring to know. They clearly know what Wendy is dressed up as, but what are you dressed up as?
I'm not. I'm just wearing Halloween-themed clothing.
Well, everybody knows what I'm dressed up as.
I thought
Yes.
you were a blueberry pumpkin.
Chris thought this was a Thanksgiving holiday series.
This is not. No. I am a magician, Thomas. A magician. In fact, I can prove it.
I really feel like everything Chris has been doing today has been a setup for something.
Look, you see this substance here?
Yes.
That's called Mio. It's quite good. You've reviewed it in the past.
I have.
I'm a magician, Tom. I'm going to make that drink disappear. All of it's going to get drinking, and I'm not even going to have to lift up my hat. Do you believe that I can do that?
I think I'd be... Is my computer going to get wet?
No. I wouldn't do that.
Go ahead.
You can dock my paycheck. I wouldn't do that. All right, I'm going to reach my hand behind the hat, pull out the invisible cup, glug, 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 and I set it back down. Do you believe that I've drinking?
No. I'm not lifting that. Why do I have to lift the hat? Does it make it fair?
Without
that
lifting the
coming?
hat.
So we have a real magician here with us. Joey will be on the show later today. Maybe we convince him to do a trick.
Joey would love that trick.
I'm still mad at Joey
think
because
Joey
of
would
his,
love that trick.
He's fooled me multiple times and it bothers me. John Wayne, that still bothers me. All right, anyhow. Okay, so what's going on this week? Yes, we have Joey is in. If you've been to Dice Tower Retreat, he was there. So he's going to be doing some, just playing games with us. He was doing a magic show. He's not. He's just playing games with us. So we'll be playing games today. Right after we're done with this, we're at 10 a.m. We're going to be starting and jumping from thing to thing. So at 10 a.m. we're going to be playing Nightmare Productions, which you can see up there. And then The Wolves, which is an upcoming game from Pandasaurus. At noon, we'll be playing Fate Forge, King of Monster Island, the King of Tokyo cooperative game, Sorcerer's Arena, and then Arkham Horror, the card game. Z, Chris, and Camille are going to show us how that one plays. Tomorrow, San Francisco, Troll Fest, Telestrations, Hamlet, the village building game that's coming from Mighty Boards, Castle Panic with the newest expansion, and then the top 10 horror games. And then on Wednesday, Crowd Surfing, the new expansion for Oceans, Legends of the Deep. Joey will be gone on Wednesday, but Alex will be joining us because he loves Oceans. We'll be Alex Marks. He was on our 24-hour marathon. Creature Feature, the new Sagrada Artisans, Ghost Stories, because a lot of you have not seen that, and then Game and Talk of Cthulhu Death May Die. This has been pre-recorded, but we hope you enjoy it, showing off the gigantic Cthulhu. And thank you, Steve. All right, so, and all these different things, most of them will have contests. And in fact, we have 6 more contests today. Remember, there already was one contest at the beginning of this. So that's what's happening. Once the Autumn Spectacular is over on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next Monday, we'll have nothing. Nothing. Because we take off usually after a retreat. But then there will be some videos over the following week. Wendy's going to be doing some live stuff here. Roy will be posting a few things. Chris and us will be sending blogs from Essen, hopefully. If we have internet issues, then we'll post them when we get back.
But the hope is to get those turned around pretty quick so you get a nice view of what's happening at Essen, what we're doing, and all of the food that I'm eating.
That is not going to be part of my blog. But all right, let's keep moving.
Hello, this is Oliver, and today I'm going to be having a little bit of a negative review. Because in the past 2 segments, I have had very positive reviews for tiling games. And there is a tiling game that I played at Grand Con as Foundations of Rome that I did not like. And it is Number 9 by Z-Man Games. Number 9 is a game where you're drawing a card to get numbering tiles, to stack the tiles, to earn points, to win the game. One thing I dislike about Number 9 is that it's super boring, just stacking. It's not really fun. And to add on to that, it is themeless, bland. It's not like Marvel, nothing DC, nothing Jurassic Park or anything like that. It's just themeless. One thing I do like, though, is if you're trying to get this game out of the way at game night, then it's super easy to just, speed through it because it's only 20 minutes. But even that, I don't like the game, even if it's short. Whoa! Alright, a few things to touch on. Someone has been asking, is my name, Codes, the beginning of my name, is that a proper noun or a verb? It is a proper noun, because I made this name when I was 8, and I don't think I was really thinking about coding. So it's my name, Codes. So just for your information. And just to make some of you less twitchy, I solved the Rubik's Cube. So you're welcome. And that's all for me today. Have a great breakfast. Bye.
I saw the super chat about the hot sauce. I haven't got it yet, but always looking for hot sauces.
Ooh, hot sauce.
Spicy.
All right. So gaming fads. So this is something that people complain about forever, and because there's always going to be a fad, and what is the current fad? And I thought that was an interesting thing. I don't think fads are necessarily a bad idea. So right now, we definitely are in. I don't care what anyone says. We're in a nature fad of nature games coming out. There is a ton of them.
What about nature roll-and rights?
I thought we were in a spooky fad.
No, not us. I meant board gaming in general. Yeah, spooky stuff hasn't really caught on much.
No.
But nature is the big thing right now. And, obviously you can look back and say, well, Wingspan, but it might not be. People see something works, they like that theme too. Nature's a very, I thought inoffensive theme, but apparently the last bird game we reviewed, you could scare birds too much. Don't do that. But so there might be, the chibis is a fad we're starting to see also in more and more games, not just CMON games. There's a fad right now of who can have the biggest game. I just saw some people are getting their new Everdell pledges over the weekend. Have you seen any of those?
No.
The box size, it's like as big as a Twilight Imperium coffin size box.
Oh.
It's huge. And these are fads. Now, what do we do about fads? Well, some people embrace them and joy in them.
Fabulous.
Huh?
We say they're fabulous.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Say fabulous?
Did that one? I was trying to
didn't
ignore
work,
it.
and then I fixed it,
Yeah.
and then...
So some people embrace them, and then there's always a group of people who hate on them. And I get it, because especially if you don't like a fad. So, for example, I tend to like Marvel. I like Marvel a lot.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah. And so if a new Marvel game comes out, I'm like, oh, what is this new Marvel game that's come out? That's kind of my thought patterns toward it. If a nature game comes out, I go, why not? If another zombie game comes out, I go, another zombie game. And probably all 3 of those have about the same number of games coming out. About-ish.
Sure, and probably about the same number of people who react positively, neutrally, and negatively to each.
Right, and so I think we got to be careful about that, because it is easy to be like, there's too many of this game, when in reality, it's probably something that just you don't like, or you're tired of seeing. There's not a lot of games about foxes. Yet.
Is that nature, though?
It might be.
It could fit under that.
It's not just it's from mechanisms to, when the success of Gloomhaven. Definitely kick the doors open on dungeon crawls.
Love letter, kick the doors open for micro games.
Right.
And yeah, there's fads of all different kinds, but I think what you're speaking to a little bit is that confirmation bias. I see this thing that I don't like, and now it's easy to recognize it in more places because it sticks out to me like a sore thumb, so it's easy to decry. Oh, there's too many micro games. There's too many gigantic games. There's too many nature games. There's clearly too many Fox games.
Yeah. I think so. And I you know what? I'm gonna be a hypocrite here because probably in a week or two I will say that about something. There's too many of whatever game. But I try to be cognizant of that fact because the good news is these games don't go away. In fact, they'll be $5 in a year. And if you like that theme, that's great. You know, whenever I meet someone for board gaming, someone always says, "What's the new game that you introduce to somebody for the first time?" I always want to know, what do they like? Because that's what I'm going to introduce to them. I'll be like, "Oh, you like birds? Ho, 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 ho. Are you in luck? Do you like plants? Even better. Do you like cats?" Whatever their like is, you know, there's going to be something that they enjoy, and there's not just one. There's tons of them.
And there's good ones, because there's plenty of themes out there that have a ton of games that don't necessarily have good games in that theme.
Right, and if someone else, and then if it's a mechanism, and you play, let's say, a roll and write with someone, and they're like, "This is amazing, I love this style." You're like, "Well, then, I got good news for you."
I got a couple more.
And I think that we should look at the positive side of these fads. Yes, there's a lot of companies that are definitely, they do cash grabs. Or maybe not cash grabs sometimes. They also just think, we have a new game coming out, why should we not pick a proven theme that sells?
Right.
That's not necessarily nefarious, it's just, you know, and it will be compared to the original. We just reviewed a bird game last week. We compared it to Wingspan. They're not really alike, but they're just both popular bird games. And that's just how it works.
I remember interviewing Phil Walker Harding once, and he said that he basically always starts with some sort of archaeology theme when he's coming up with games, just because that's what he likes. And his games don't always end up with that.
Like they seldom do.
It's just kind of his like starting point, because that's something he's interested in. But themes can change. They can be pasted on later. They can be integrated later. Yeah,
the publisher definitely, you know, has that say, because the publisher does have the job and the duty to sell, like, to make money, to sell those copies of those games. So yeah, they want to use a theme that's very popular. I might from time to time say like, "Oh, okay, I'm tired of XYZ theme," but if it sells, I also get it.
Right. I mean, a good example is this week they just released the Clone Wars, which is based on the pandemic system, but it's another Star Wars game. You might be like, "Oh, I'm sick of Star Wars." Great. But also, no one made you buy the game. There's still thousands of other games out there.
There's thousands of other pandemics out there. Let's get that correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Anyway, fads, not as bad as you might think. The fad at the top hat has not come back, but I keep hoping for it.
You can make it come back, Tom.
You know, now that they don't fit in your head as well, Chris, I know this is going to hurt. Is that glass of orange juice going to fall out? Come on, Mike. Why are you not?
Happy breakfast, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about Shoot for the Stars. Now, this is a wits and wager almost style trivia game, but you're not in teams. In this case, you are, however, still guessing the answers to things that no one really should know the answer to. For instance, how many toilets are there in the White House? That's one of the questions in the game. I'm not going to reveal the answer, but the aim is one player that starts the round would make a guess. Going around the table, each player will decide whether they want to up that amount and become the new captain of the ship. They will stay on as just a crew member thinking, probably around there, or they'll drop off the ship and say, "No, you are too high." Once it's gone round the table and no one's upped it, maybe some people have got off, but no one has upped it, then that person, the captain, is going to reveal the answer. If the number is actually higher than the amount they've said, they're going to get points as well as everyone staying on. But if they overshot that number, guessed too high, then everyone that decided to get off the ship gets points, and even the captain can lose points. And it's an interesting style where you've got these sort of weird and wonderful numbers that don't really sound like they should be correct, because some of them are really high or really small, and you've got to shoot for the stars and try and be as close without overshooting. as trivia games go, it's really good fun. I do worry that once you've gone through the cards, which are double-sided, that it's going to sort of peter out pretty quickly. But it's another good sort of fun game from Big Potato Games. Anyway, that's Shoot for the Stars, and I'm Oliver East signing out.
All right. What's at the Board Game Geek store this week? We have hats. No hat for
Money,
you.
please. Or just stuff, please.
There we go. Oh, I'm the only person who took my hat off, so. Look, you can get a geek beanie.
Perfect.
Wait, how do you put the arms? Is it like, there's a certain way to fold them. Is it under? I don't know.
Do the Macarena.
The Macarena, yes. That's what it's at.
I do like this cap. It has a low, what would you call it? A low profile?
I don't like.
You're the hat guy. You know these terms.
How does it look?
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to be really clear. None of these three hats are my style. But I know a lot of people like them. Like Z really likes the orange one.
I think Camilla really liked it too.
Is that distressed? It looks kind of.
I don't like the distress thing. I want my hats to look not so. I want them to look sharp. But I do like this one because it says Board Game Geek. This one just says Geek. Yeah, I guess.
This one says BGG on the side.
This one is okay. Maybe
Yeah.
I like that one the best, but I don't like that style hat to wear it personally. But still, they're cool hats. So
I like this one probably the
That
most.
one looks so short.
Yeah, that's what I say. As a low profile, low rider is what you would call it. Easy rider.
See, hats always are way too big on me, so they
Oh
fit over my ears.
my.
That would not go over my ears.
Try it out.
that bothers me. Okay, so that's hats.
Goes over my ears.
Also, we have promos. So if you look here, you can.
I don't think we have the overhead camera.
We don't have the overhead camera.
Oh,
Wait, do we have the green screen camera? Because that's next to Chris. All right, switch to the green screen.
hey-o! Who's this, Tom? This
That
is
is Treebeard. That's for War of the Ring.
Oh,
Treebeard.
look at that mini.
And then we have expansion pieces here.
Right, in case people can't see it through
Yeah, I was like, I can't see it.
through multiple layers of bags.
More bags. We have
Anyway,
bags within bags.
That's the least
within
bagging you're gonna get there. Treebeard.
Treebeard, the most infuriating character. Just help fight against the orcs.
They're burning trees, dude. All right. Ooh, Targy bits. Oh, this is the expansion bits.
It is.
But
Yeah.
also, somewhere we have the regular game bits, but...
We do. You might wonder, why did you only bring the expansion? Because I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, these look... Well, I mean, the regular bits have the same pepper and the salt and stuff. This is just a few other things here and
How small is your head?
metal stuff. Wow, Tom. I didn't realize this was
Small
going
as
to be
your
a...
head.
My head doesn't... No, this doesn't fit on my head
It's
at
a
all.
low-rise cat.
Oh, I don't like it
It's
so
just
much.
weird. I bet I'd love it.
Well, with my haircut, I'm very military right now.
Yeah.
The beard, I mean, without the beard,
Yeah,
I guess
ignore
I'd
the
have to clip the beard, but and probably
hide it
lose
with this.
a small amount of weight. All right, let's go back to the burnt orange hat. I bought this in Vegas. I remember that.
Oh.
Very
Very
good. You'll be
exciting.
back in Vegas soon. Buy
I
it,
will be.
Buy its twin.
No, you don't buy two hats of the same color.
Not all twins are identical, Vasel.
Inanimate objects they are. All right, let's move on.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I like to play games on weeknights that don't take a super long time, and I think Marvel Dice Throne is great for that. This is it's kind of like Battle Yahtzee. That's what a lot of people call it. You roll some dice, pick up some other dice, roll some dice, pick up some that you don't like, roll them again, and then you take that combination of dice that you rolled and attack your opponent based off of what your special powers are. This one is Marvel themed, so you have Marvel superheroes. This original set has 8 different characters. You got Black Panther, you got Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Thor, Loki, bunch of different characters. I think they did a really good job of picking like popular characters and some not quite as popular characters, but still leaving a ton out there that they'll be able to use in the future, hopefully. And I think this one just plays really well. It feels very similar to, the dice throwing system feels similar to King of Tokyo, where you are battling, using those dice, trying to get sets and runs and things like that. But I think this one just kind of fleshes it out into a more interesting game, without some of that player elimination that I think I don't like in King of Tokyo. But this one feels really thematic, especially with the Marvel theme, because you're usually people that are playing this have some connection to the characters, and so the theme really comes out in this one in the way that you are using those powers that Thor is throwing Mjolnir to the other characters, just causing little bits of damage, and then whenever you grab Mjolnir back and then you throw it back out, and you're just constantly doing a little bit of damage. Loki's constantly hindering you and doing like these trickster abilities that are just constantly causing like little bits of damage, or covering up your powers so you can't use certain things. It just all comes together super well, and I really enjoy this one. If you like Dice Throne, or maybe you're just a Marvel fan, I would definitely play this one, because I think it's really great, and I like it, so you should like it too. I'm Jordan. Thanks.
And that's it. That's the beginning here to the Autumn Spectacular. We will be back in just 26 minutes at 10 with
Nightmare
Productions. And so we got a couple games for you, then we'll switch over and do more games all day today. So we hope you stick around and join us. There's more contests coming. But we're going to pop out here so we can get the other stuff ready. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi.
Have a good breakfast.
Spooky.